Here's my productivity desk setup for 2026. If you've been following my channel for a while, this will look pretty familiar, but I did make a few upgrades. So I'll walk you through my entire setup from the desk, chair, laptop, and monitor. As always, I'll link everything I mentioned in the description box below. Okay, I'll start with the desk itself. This is the fully Remi standing desk. I've had it for over 5 years now and it's holding up pretty good. I think the white laminate top is yellowing a bit, but that's normal for most white products. There are no dents or cracks, so nothing that really bothers me. It measures 46 inches wide and 26 inches deep. Not the biggest desk out there, but it fits everything I need. I never felt like I needed a bigger desk, although it would be nice. The control panel is on the left side, and it might have been on the right in previous videos. It has 4 presets, 1 is for sitting, 2 is for standing, and 3 and 4 are unused. There are 2 black motorized legs, and I added 4 caster wheels so I can move the desk around. In terms of my sit-stand routine, I usually sit in the morning, stand for a couple of hours around noon, and then sit again in the late afternoon. Under the desk, there's a cable tray along the back, and a power strip mounted directly underneath. There's also some USB-C and USB-A ports. Everything on the desk is plugged in here, and a couple of cables are hanging down the right leg. Not the best cable management, but I think it looks decent. Alright, next is the Herman Embody gaming chair. It's approaching year 4, and I still have 8 years of warranty left. The exoskeleton back, pixelated seat, and back fit adjustment make it the most comfortable chair I've ever sat on. I sit every day for hours, and I feel no back pain, no pressure, nothing. It really feels like you're floating on air. The chair is a little bit expensive, but I'd rather invest in a great chair that'll basically last me forever. And since I'm on the shorter side, I have the Comfy Life footrest, so my feet aren't dangling. I sit here and do most of my work, but I do have another setup for gaming. If you're interested in that video, I'll leave it in the cards and link it down below. Okay, powering this whole setup is still the 14-inch M1 Pro MacBook Pro. It's going to be 5 years old this year, and it pretty much handles everything I throw at it. Video editing, photo editing, voiceovers, all on this machine. In fact, every video I uploaded was made on here. Luckily, I got 32 gigs of unified memory, so I haven't had the need to upgrade. I use the MacBook Pro away from the setup about 25% of the time, and the rest is docked on this Grovemade laptop stand. This is actually one of the new items this year. This stand is made with wood, and it has a walnut finish. I wish it came in matte black to match the other accessories, but there's only a blackened walnut version. The middle part has stainless steel, which is lined with some wool felt. It's pretty heavy and there's some cork on the bottom, so it won't slide around. Before this, I was using the 12 South Book Arc, but it left a small mark on the MacBook over time. Once I started getting Grovemade accessories, I wanted something that'll fit in. The monitor is a 32-inch LG Ultrafine Display Ergo, but the arm is actually the coolest part. There's height adjustment, tilt, pivot, swivel, and cable management built right in. I also added a Philips Hue light strip on the back for that evening RGB vibe. The only downside with this monitor is that it's LED at 60Hz. I thought about upgrading to OLED, but I work with static elements a lot, and I'm worried about getting burn-in. I bought this in 2022, and it has over 9,000 hours of power on time. I'll probably stick with this until it dies on me. The CalDigit TS4 dock has all of my accessories connected to it. So the monitor, SSD, SD card, flash drive, and microphone. And just one Thunderbolt cable plugs to the MacBook Pro. If I want to work somewhere else, I just unplug the cable, grab the laptop, and go. It does get warm under heavy load, but I think it's normal. On the back, I plugged in an Ethernet cable, so this whole setup is hardwired. And it works out great because I have a NAS in the living room, which has all of my YouTube clips and media on it. It's a new item, but not in the setup. For long-form content, I record all my voiceovers on the Shure MV7, and shorts are done with a DJI Mic 2. I keep it somewhere else though. The MV7 has richer sound, more bass, and it has a nice balance between price and performance. It's the younger brother of the SM7B, but for what I do, it's good enough. The mic is mounted on the Blue Compass boom arm, and there's built-in cable management. It's a clean design with internal springs. When it's not in use, I swing it back so it sits against the wall. On top of the desk, I have a Grovemade desk pad. It protects the desk from any damage, and it gives it some nice contrast. It's made with merino wool felt, but there's some wear and tear on the mouse area from daily use. I just flip it over every week to even things out, and I clean it with distilled water to keep it looking somewhat new. Off to the right is a matte black Grovemade coaster for my morning coffee or tea. I also place my phones on here, which is the iPhone 17 Pro Max and the OnePlus 15. Next is the control setup, which consists of the trackpad, keyboard, and mouse. I currently use the MX Master 4, another new item. It's a nice mouse, but I'm still getting used to it. The haptic feedback triggers more than I wanted to, and that's even on the lowest sensitivity setting. But the scroll wheel is great, and the side wheel and buttons are in a better spot. My keyboard is the MX Mechanical Mini. It has a nice tactile sound, and the most used keys have a slight shine to them from all the fingerprint oils. It still works fine, but the battery is starting to show its age. I also have the MX Palm Rest. Here's the Magic Trackpad 2 in Space Gray. It's still the Lightning version, but maybe I'll upgrade to the USB-C one in the future. I mainly use it for gestures like mission control, spaces, and zooming in and out. If you see my older videos, I had 2 HomePod minis, but they stopped working. And I'm just using the built-in monitor speakers. Not the best ones since they lack any bass, but good enough for casual listening. If I'm doing precise video editing, I'll switch to the new AirPods Max 2. These finally caught up to the AirPods Pro with adaptive audio, live translation, better noise cancellation, and more. I normally plug these in via USB-C to reduce any latency. For anything else, I use the AirPods Pro 3, another new item. I wasn't going to upgrade, but the battery life on my old ones didn't last that long. Plus, these have better noise cancellation, and the new angle and ear tips help them stay in my ear. Now for this matte black desk shelf from Grovemade. This one is made with fiberwood, aluminium, and cork. I went with a large version, and it spans the whole width of the desk. It gives me more storage and organization. On the bottom shelf, I have the Thunderbolt dock and a 2TB Samsung T7. And on the other side, a few books. Feel Good Productivity by Ali Abdaal, Steal Like an Artist, Show Your Work, Keep Going, all by Austin Kleon. The middle shelf is where my backup drives are. There's a 5TB Western Digital HDD and a 1TB Samsung SSD. I only plug these in once a month to have a backup of a backup. My current projects are on the other T7 and NAS. Then I have the AirPods Pro 3, which is sitting on the Apple polishing cloth. This section has the Grovemade desk tray. It keeps smaller items organized and hides them when not in use. So I have some SD cards, a flash drive, a pry tool, pens, a USB-C cable, old SIM cards and tools, iPhone storage, cleaning tool, and my other Apple Watch band. And off to the side is a Mitsuri Figure. The remaining items are on the top shelf. There's a matte black Icons cube from Dbrand, AirPods Max 2, fake IKEA plant, and the Anker 3-in-1 cube. I may need to upgrade since this one charges the iPhone at 15 watts, but I mainly use it for the Apple Watch and AirPods Pro 3. They say a clean place makes a happy space, or something like that. When I'm sitting here, I'm less distracted and actually get work done. I hope this video gives you some ideas for your own setup, but if you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you'll be notified when I post new videos. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!